This would be hard. Alright, Zakati, I believe in you, man. Wait, why there's all these... Oh, no. That's not what we wanted to. Alright, well, Zakati, just tell everybody else to either leave, or if they want to stay, they can watch you. Gonna have Zakati, who's the unholy DK god, versus Plox. One of us probably will win. That is just giving him a nice pep talk while walking around as a marksman hunter. You got this. Make sure to line your cooldowns. Make sure to use your line of sight fairly equally. Be sure to be patient. Alright, Prox versus Zakati. Let's go, boys. 1v1 duel. Next time, Zakati, just make sure to only grab one person, man. Alrighty? It looks like Zakati is going to be hanging out by the eye of the bat, as far away from the other pillars as he can be. So Prox has to come to him. Looks like Prox is going to take the bait. He's going to approach. Gonna sprint in there. Gonna get a stun and sprint the hell out of there. No, he's actually just gonna burn cooldown so he doesn't have to. And Death's Pet is gonna get over, so Prox can at least start building calm points off of the pet. DR is up on Zakati, but still bleeds are also up as well with a Moonfire. So this is actually a very nice strategy of just chiseling away at the competition. Zakati drops the Death Indicate, still gonna hang out by the eyes though. As Prox is gonna get back in there with a full stun again. Is he gonna run away this time though? Yeah, gonna try to run away this time. Expecting a grip any moment. Does get a Thorns up and running. That's gonna be Zakati popping in AMS and Pet Stun up and running. Pet Stun right afterwards into a big old Apocalypse. Wall coming in for Prox though. He's not gonna pop big cooldowns quite yet. Is doing damage to Zakati though, little by little. Bear from coming out for a moment. Gonna get out and heal. Popping out of there with a second wall. Last wall available for Prox though. Sales rolling with a heal. Sales Incarnation rolling if needed. And Zakati is going to catch him right now. Going to get dots back up and running. Necrotics are going to get stacked up right now. Prox needs to make sure to keep getting calm points, finishes into heals, so he can deal with Necrotics as best as possible. For Zakati though, what's he got going on? His pet is still alive. The pet can get beefed up for a while. Doesn't have AMS for a bit. So for Prox, I think he's just waiting out for his Thorns right now. Gonna get that root up and running. It's going to be stunned, and Prox is going to trick it out of that. Didn't want to be next to Zakati though, getting wailed on. Gonna pop back into cat form as Zakati is gonna run circles again. Can Prox deal with this right now? Looks like Prox still has a heal. Still doesn't want to go for Incarn quite yet. Big beef up coming in for Zakati's pet though. Prox is getting up there. Thorns coming out. AMS is available for the Death Knight though. Prox is gonna bear from out of there and get away. Power shifting just to get the slows off. Gonna land a heal rolling again. No dampening quite yet for a while. It's gonna be roots coming out by Zakati, or at least slows coming out. Prox is just waiting for his wall to be up and running anytime soon though. 30 seconds left or so. Zakati is going to pin some manure with the pet. Prox is just going to keep running, keep building comp points off of the pet so he can keep getting those finishes in there, getting rips or bites or anything. Zakati is bleeding out in hell. That's a big bite that actually snacked him out of nowhere. It's going to big Apocalypse for Zakati to follow out of that stun onto Prox. Zakati is going to go for massive heals right now. Death packs are coming, Death Strikes are coming out right now with Transfusion cooldown, where he can just keep slamming those Death Strikes over and over and over at reduced cost. Just heal through a lot of the damage that when Prox puts out. Making sure to hit out Prox so Prox doesn't get himself a reset. That's going to be wall available for Prox any moment now. With a heal, Zakati is bleeding out little by little. Health-wise, Thorns are up and running. Lichborn coming out for Zakati, gripping Prox next to him. Walking very slow with this Lichborn, trying to reduce as much damage of those dots as possible. Deathpack coming out pretty early on. Prox does have himself Incarnation rolling though, so you can give some big damage to Zakati. Big bleeds could be coming out. Let's give a stun coming in for Zakati, stacking up a bunch of necrotics into Prox though. And Prox is going to wall a lot of this damage. Zakati is still bleeding down to the dots. Prox is going to shift into bear form and give himself a massive heal. Popping back into cat form, no wall available or nothing. Zakati is able to free hit on him. Free well on him for a little bit. And Prox is going to give himself a big bite of Zakati. Does Zakati have anything left against the Thorns though? Looks like Zakati is kind of out of cooldowns right now. Just hanging out. Prox doesn't have any cooldowns either left, but at least he doesn't have any dots as bad as Zakati's though. Might even be able to get a big old bite of Zakati. I think he got one shred in him or something. The pet is beefed up for Zakati, as Zakati is trying to wait out his health a little bit. Maybe waiting for some cooldowns. Lichborn is coming out, gonna get a stun to Prox. He's gonna trick it out of it. Big Apocalypse coming out, and he's gonna get a slow onto Prox. All those pets are gonna do some damage to Prox right now. Zakati must take advantage of this extra assistance from the army. Gonna go for massive Death Strike heals back-to-back. Shrink coming out of Prox's bash, though. Zakati getting hit with a root, fully bled up again. His health just came back by a little bit, but that's gonna be going down again. Prox is gonna wait him out for a long term. It's gonna be Thorns AMS coming down for Zakati, though. Gonna be able to absorb a lot of the damage. Stacking necrotics into Prox. Prox is able to heal through a lot of this damage regardless. Popping out of cat form, popping back into cat. Gonna get himself a heal. And Zakati just waiting out for Prox right now. Bleeding out slowly but surely. Getting hit with a root from a distance. Grip and stun onto Prox. Is out of form. Buffing up the pet. Maybe he can do some big damage. Popping in his ancient hysteria. Big haze buffs coming out. Lots of necrotics that can go out. Wall coming in for Prox. You get a big old bite of Zakati. Zakati is starting to get massive healing out of this, though. Trying to turn this damage around. Prox is going to bear form to a huge heal. Zakati has death pack back up. Prox is trying to find a way to deal with his death there, but that death pack is going to put Zakati in a decent spot on health, at least for now, where he can go offensive. Prox is continuing just to kite Zakati around the circle, around the pillar, the whole game. As long as the kites are there, it's going to be harsh. Trying to get a big bite again. Thorns are back up. Zakati has nothing. No, does have AMS for this, so he's going to go offensive right afterwards. Zakati's health, though, is just going back and forth, though, man. He's just not even sure. Does he want to be full? Does he want to be empty? How is he going to go? His health is just bipolar right now. Prox is going to sprint around so you can stay away from Zakati. Taking some damage from this pets, but rather be dealing with the undead. Then Zakati trying to go for a big bite. Is going to be stun. Zakati going to turn it around. The Death Strikes are coming out for this bad boy. Bash comes in. Could beef up his pet. Dampen is rolling at about 7% right now. Beefing up the pet on the other side. Zakati needs to connect with his feral. This pillar is the worst position where he could be right now. He's going to go for a small heal, and everybody's going for a... Now everybody's walking around in a line or something. I don't even understand what's going on. They're having a parade while Zakati is having his damage. There's going to be big thorns coming out for Prox. He's trying to heal through the feral damage. Big bite coming out. And Zakati does go down to Prox. And Zakati does go down to Prox as the Alliance Goobers are just having their own goddamn parade. And Break's trying to take out... Come on. Execute him. Execute him. No, not gonna happen. Looks like Zakati and Prox. Somebody got opened up on him before. It's gonna be stunned onto Zakati. Cool. He's cool about it. And Zakati's gonna get opened up by Prox. Stun coming out into a grip, gripping the skitty over. Gonna get his pet all empowered and everything. Short stun by the pet. Thorns is available. AMS coming down for Zakati. Zakati's dropping to about half health fairly quickly in. Gonna go for massive heals right afterwards. And Prox is gonna bail out of there. With Thorns, not a lot of pillars from Kadogo, but he does go to the Tombstone where at least he can do something. At least he can bail out of there. Bear form, massive heal, and Zakati can just continue rolling with his army of the undead. It's going to be slows coming out by Zakati every time he gets a root into Prox. Big bite coming out for Prox though. Into a root into Zakati. Grip coming in to follow. And Zakati just continues to get slows and death cores and everything into Prox. Regrowths are coming out for Prox right now. Wall coming in for Prox, nowhere to go. Does still have Incarnation. Gonna go for a big bite onto Zakati. Stun coming in for Zakati, and Prox is gonna trick it out of it immediately. As Zakati is continuing to pump pressure into Prox. It's gonna be stun with Incarnation. There's gonna be some big healing needs to come out of Zakati. Big death packs are gonna be coming out for this bad boy right now. Trying to get around where he can hit Prox. AMS is there, ready for the next Thorns though. Does have a big necrotic stacked up, pet beefed up. There's nowhere the Prox can really go against Zakati. Zakati's always able to hit him at all times. Consistent pressure. Pet beefed up. Prox in the spice where he wants to get away. Does get a root. Getting gripped up by Zakati. Wants to go to the other pillar, and Zakati just continues to get him slows on him back to back. Gonna land all those auto attacks. Prox is gonna bump himself into bear form. We're gonna get some big damage haste coming out for Zakati. Big damage, big necrotic stacked up into Prox. There's nothing he can heal through. Trying to go to cat form, and looks like Zakati is gonna be taking this one right now. Barely any health left. AMS coming out, and with Thorns up, Zakati takes it. It looks like pillars do help out for Prox. Fair amount. Get going, Zakati. Prox, you played that one really well too, man. Both of you guys played that one really well. I am going to randomize it. It could be a map that we already played. It could be a map that we haven't played. Enter. Randomized. Asherman's fault it is. Kawaii Desu, I appreciate you for joining these, but I think you will have to bail out of this one as well. In case of Ysera's gift. The Druid map. Or at least, let's say Dead said the Druid map. So this map could be advantageous to Prox. There's plenty of LOS here, plenty of line of sight things to work with. For Zakati, this could be a decent map too, because it is pretty open. And if you can get a Feral grouped out way away from LOS, keep him out there in the open before he can run, that could be pretty good too. I guess we'll see. Let's see how it goes. But Zakati is just going to hang out as far away from any pillar that can be. Just going to hang out here like the Feral has to come to me, man. If you want to bleed me out over time, you can try. You can try. And Proxy doesn't sit out in the center. He needs to be near one of the pillars where he can do a lot of kiting. That's just how his class is designed, man. So you can't really go against him. No problem. Love your streams. Love you and love your streams. Yo, Zinji. Appreciate you, my man. Love you, buddy. It is going to be Proxy getting himself another opener and try to go around the LOS that is the room. This guy is going to get a nice grip. Going to go for a big setup with his pet. That's going to be a Thorns. Going to go with Apocalypse and AMS up and running. It's going to be Prox trying to get some damage back into Zakati, but Zakati just has so much damage rolling as well. It's just both of these guys are pumping damage to one another. And when Prox is feeling a little bit of hurt and he's going to go behind the pillar, sprint away, going to get himself a few heals while behind it. Going to generate a few calm points off of the pets nearby. And Zakati is going to be able to connect again. Thorns coming out right now, but Root is going to keep him at bay. Perfect opportunity for him and Prox to dip away and get himself maybe a little bit of a reheal. Going to generate some calm points off of the pet too. Prox still looking good. He still has one wall available, one heal available, and everything. Zakati on the other side, looking a little bit of hurt, man. Hasn't got that massive of a heal. Might have to pull his pet back or resummon one. Is going to resummon his pet. Doesn't want to be playing with LOS. Going to be waiting for Prox. Could use Death Pact early just to make sure that he has a fair amount of health rolling. That is a good idea to use Death Pact in duel early. Just to make sure you have a full health bar and you put in the ability on cooldown so you can use it for later. If let's say you just cannot connect with somebody to heal off of one with Death Pact, always a good, or with Death Strikes, always a good idea just to use Death Pact just to get the heal early. So now it has this cooldown rolling at a minute 37. We do have Prox reopening back up. Trinket instantly out of Zakati into stun into Prox, trying to get the damage running. Does get the Hysteria rolling as well. Has AMS for the Thorns as well. Not going to use AMS this time though. Going to just Death Strike through it so you can get the damage in and can get the heal in. The pet was beefed up for a moment. Does have Apocalypse ready and almost rolling. Could proc an Apocalypse here, but it is going to get rooted by Prox. Prox is going to go to the other side of the pillar. He's going to AFK this for a bit. Regrowth coming out. Zakati is going to make his way over. Bash comes in. That's going to be Prox trying to get some big damage, big bleeds to roll on the DK. Prox making sure to reset his dots so they're rolling. Zakati's actually getting huge heals out of this though. Getting rooted out again, but the army is going to be chasing after him. Prox has to find a way to deal with this. Getting stunned up, no trinket used yet. Has a wall available back up. Still has his huge heal, so he still has a lot of his cooldowns available. It's going to be AMS out of Zakati to deal with the Thorns. It's going to be a big heal out of Zakati with a wall being burned. Has to deal some damage back to Zakati. Maybe we'll burn another wall up and running. Zakati's health is about halfway point. Maybe that's exactly where Prox wants it to be. Prox is going to have to deal with a beefed up pet. Is he going to be able to do anything to Zakati? Zakati's health is dropping little by little, lower and lower. Death Pact has the 20-second cooldown right now. Good thing he used it early, so he should be able to have Death Pact up very, very soon. Prox trying not to burn his last wall while dealing with Zakati. Needs to get the dots up and running to make sure that the pressure is there. Last wall getting burned for Prox. Could go hyper offensive out of this. No, gonna play defensive. Getting hit with a stun. Trinkets out of it immediately. Bear form right now. Power shifting to get the slows off of him. Zakati has him exactly where he wants him, but as soon as Zakati has any setup, gonna go for big death strikes. After the Thorns come out for Prox, big Incarn coming out for this kitty cat. And Zakati is going to go for a Lichborn. This is exactly what Prox wants to be, by the pillar, generate a lot of calm points. Big bleeds onto Zakati, can generate a lot of healing. As long as he keeps cycling calm points into finishes, he can keep a lot of healing going. Zakati is dropping to about half health. Death Pact is there. Gonna go for still more death strikes. Does need to resummon the pet. The pet is back up and running. Trying to get some damage into Prox. Gonna regroup him back in. The pet is gonna get beefed up with a short stun. Zakati needs to make sure to get some pressure going, but on this pillar, this is a perfect opportunity for Prox just to run circles around him, just kite him around. Zakati is trying to keep the slows rolling on Prox as much as possible. Thorns are up. Prox is going to use those Thorns defensively, kind of like a porcupine with quills. Going to heal the whole time, generate calm points, spam him to finishers, get instant cast regrowths, and spam him out as much as he can. Prox is going to get hit with a stun, while Apocalypse Undead are going to be hitting him, trying to again go behind the pillar. Zakati is trying to connect with him. Prox is going to be just getting calm points off of all these pets. Enough common points to get a big old bite into Zakati. Just every time he's away, just generate common points out of the pets. Big bite to Zakati can get himself a finisher, get himself a reheal. While coming out for Prox though, with a big energy regen, Zakati's dropping himself about to a half health, trying to get necrotic stacked up onto Prox while he has him there. Gonna regroup him back in. Just to regroup slow every single time it looks like, because Prox is just gonna power shift as soon as the grip comes in. There's gonna be big death pack coming out for Zakati just to get his health up and running. Prox is just gonna run away from all this damage though. Thorn's coming back up. Gonna get a big old bite yet again. Taking some damage from the pet. 4% dampening. Stun coming into Prox. And this has Trinket coming up in about 4 seconds. Has a heal ready. Zakati still has a Trinket. AMS coming down in 6 seconds. Maybe we'll have Transfusion so you can get more Death Strikes available. And Prox again is gonna go behind the pillar. Get himself a regrowth. Health is being maintained at all times. And Zakati might just want to pull his pet back. He needs the pillars to be way out there, man. Can't let the pillars be there. And Prox is actually getting up close and personal with Zakati actually coming to him. This way Zakati is trying to turn this around while Prox is nowhere near the pillars, trying to get those necrotics up and running. Prox is gonna pop sprint and just get out of there, man. While Zakati is trying to catch up to him, trying to do what he can. Prox is gonna get back in there, trying to get a nice nip, trying to get a big old bite out of him. Stun coming out, Prox is gonna trick it out of it. Zakati needs to go for some big healing. AMS coming down, Apocalypse coming out, Death Strikes are coming out, but Prox is just gonna bail behind the pillar right as soon as any of that comes out. Needs to get those Death Strikes in there. Short pet stun comes out onto Prox. All those undeads are doing some damage, but Prox continuing to generate column points, using finishers to get himself reheals. Zakati has a full bar of runic power, dumped all of it into his own healing though. Trying to maintain his health. Death pack 30 seconds, AMS 30 seconds, about a minute on a trinket. For MM Prox, he's looking favorable. Wall coming up very soon. Incarn available. Could pop Wall and Incarn and try to eliminate Zakati right there. Zakati has some healing roll on him, but not a lot. There's going to be Incarn, and Zakati's actually just getting slows back to back on that Incarn. There's going to be a feral charge. Stun coming out to Zakati, trying to turn this around. Has a full resource bar available, trying to heal as Thorns come out. Lichborn coming out for Zakati though. Needs to get a grip onto Prox right as he goes behind the pillar, trying to go for another slow, but that's going to be power shifting again out of Prox at a perfect time, perfect opportunity. AMS still available for Zakati, still has Death Pact ready. That was a very good use of Lichborn trying to deal with Prox's Incarn. Zakati's dropping down to 20% health, trying to go for whatever healing. As soon as any healing comes out, Prox is just going to bail out of them, not going to let Zakati connect those Death Strikes to heal. So Zakati has to pop Death Pact to just burn through whatever health he can get back, just trying to get back anything he can. Another grip coming in. Death Pact healing reduction is no longer there, so Zakati could go for a lot of healing right now. But with these pillars, man, it's going to be impossible. Is his pet still on Prox? It is on Prox. Pet beefing up, coming in about 30 seconds or so. Does have Apocalypse, full bar of running power. Trinket is available. So Zakati needs to go healing. 20% dampening though, so it's going to be hard. It's going to be a little bit rough. I think Zakati just popped the Trinket, trying to get some kind of a setup going. Bash comes in, might want to Trinket this. Does Trinket? No, Lichborn's out of it. Trinket coming out of Prox though. Death Strikes coming out for Zakati. Does land a few Death Strikes after this bad boy. Dude, good use of Lichborn. Very good use of Lichborn. And Zakati get himself a little bit of rehealing right now, just trying to get the hell out of there. Needs to pull his pet out, man. Prox is sending out there, generate all the comp points off of the pet, and I think Zakati is just going to dismiss the pet and resummon one. Looks like he might want to, or no, going to pull his pet back. Drop a Death Indicator into Prox. Prox is going to bail in there. He wants to kill him, man. He's smelling blood. Apocalypse coming out. AMS comes in as Thorns come out for Prox. So Zakati has him out in the open, grips him back out. Big bite comes in. But Zakati is still able to heal through it, and as Zakati's cooldowns come up, he's getting rooted on the CDs. That is the worst setup. That is the worst way to go. And Prox over there feeling comfortable. Has all these undeads beating on him, but that's about all he needs to deal with. As Zakati is basically dead to the bleed. Zakati just can't deal with the bleeds, man. How much healing these guys do? I kind of like how Prox did more damage. Fair amount of healing. Zakati did a lot of damage, but even more in healing. He's healing through these ungodly feral damage bleeds as much as he can. But the pillar. That's hard, man. That is hard. The Denker was Mongo AF though. He just threw away a kill. I don't know how you can beat that, man. I don't know how you can beat that, honestly. I know that Prox is a really good player, but it's also a question of, does Prox play like healing Azerites too, man?